Hello guys and welcome back to the Lunar Nights D&D. I am your D&D DM for this session of the Silver Eyes. I am also the player Oric. I am here with my fellow players Anthony
Hello.
and Robert.
Heyo.
Alright guys, why don't you tell them who you're playing if for the new viewers.
I am playing Captain Jack Harrison. I am the captain of the Silver Eye Pirates, and give me a sec. It did not pull up. Where's? Oh, there it is. I'm Captain Jack Harrison. I'm the captain of the Silver Eyes, and I am a human that has many gnomes from Greenland.
And I am Yegis, the Aarakocra monk who is also the brother of Oric and pain in the ass of Captain Jack Harrison.
If anyone's a pain in the ass, is Ulrich.
Hey, fair. But hey,
Anyways, for those of you who are just joining us, and for those who haven't seen us in a long time, our journey started with the two brothers, Ordic and Yigis, running from the local police, the Redcoats, as after a botched convoy theft, when they spotted what appeared to be an unmanned ship in the harbor. Yigis flying above, making sure that it was free for the taking. The two liberated, in quotes, the ship and sailed off from dock. When, after a brief sigh of relief, the captain barged out of his room and announced that they were, in fact, on the Silver Eagle, the ship of the mighty Silver Eyes pirates. After much deliberation between the two brothers, they decided to, for now, stick on the ship and help the captain out, along with his 100 gnomes. Eventually, the crew came upon a merchant vessel and took it over after a little bit of combat and sieged the goods. You were saying something, Captain?
No, I missed something. Sorry, I didn't know how you're doing it.
Alright. After a little bit of sailing, they encountered upon a extremely strong storm which destroyed the merchant vessel and marooned the Silver Eagle on an island that they haven't been to before, where they discovered a very small shanty village. They thought at first nothing was not wrong. At first they thought it was just a normal town where they stayed the night and even met the mayor. The mayor gave Yigis a little bit of uncomfort on their first meeting. They also learned that disappearances of the young village girls have occurred. And in the middle of the night, who was the person that like was alerted? Was it Yigis or was it Jack Harris?
I think I was going, and then Jack followed.
Okay. During the night, Yigis was alerted by a mob gathering outside of the hotel, the inn that they're staying at, and they were being falsely accused as the ones that had been kidnapping the village girls. After running away into the forest, the captain snuck up into the mayor's mansion. After some investigating, he learned that there was a secret passage in the back of the mansion and a cellar door. And after getting the crew, in Oric's mighty strength, prying open the cellar door, they snuck down and they learned that it was in fact the mayor that had been kidnapping all the village girls. And after learning this fact, both Yigis and Captain Jack Harris instantly knocked out the captain, rolling
Yeah!
a 19 and a natural 20.
My favorite part of the story.
Same.
As much to my dismay, the crew thankfully was able to free the young girls, although some of them had been mentally broken, not knowing if they will ever be healed. The travesty that the mayor had brought upon them. The crew then tortured the mayor for any information that, or any reason on why he did what he did, or any information about the island. To which the most information that they got of him was, do not go deep into the woods. After a night, they eventually lit the mayor on fire and declared that they were now the mayors or rulers of the village.
Keck.
After which, a good night's sleep, they visited the Oh wait, no, I got things mixed up before. Sorry guys, it's been a while for me too. Before that night of heroism, they had found the village shipwright and asked him for assistance in repairing the ship. For which he said that would be fine, but it would take him a while. And the next day, they were able to get the shipwright to assist them in repairing the ship, of which Auric helped out. And the captain decided to do some recruiting of his own, seeking out the village blacksmith, a tall and extremely muscular woman. The captain then attempted to seduce and recruit the blacksmith, of which he succeeded, but not in the way that he had thought.
Roll to seduce. 19. Heads or tails? Tails. Ooh. You're the bottom. I'm sorry, huh?
Oh, there was no choice of whether or not you would be the bottom or the top. You would always be the bottom in that scenario. Yes, and so with his newfound lover and AKA new wife, the crew set out into the middle, or searched out through the island. Majest having some knowledge, Majest being the blacksmith. Majest helped them.
Wasn't
in
Majest
searching-
the blacksmith's daughter?
No, Majest is the blacksmith, the shipwright's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes. And thankfully, through some high rolls of my own, Majest was able to calm the shipwright and not impaling the captain with a mast.
Gotta go.
Yes. And so with Majest's help, they searched a good portion of the east side of the island, where eventually they came upon a clearing around sometime in the afternoon, just before sunset. They had come upon an open clearing, strange for someplace full of forest. Out of frustration, Majest said, "What the hell are you even looking?" as she slammed down her hammer, causing the earth to shake and crack. And then they fell, accidentally opening up a sinkhole. Thankfully, due to some quick wits and high rolls, Majest and Ordic managed to save their prospective family. Though with some injuries, they all managed to survive. Upon waking up, they discovered that they were in what appeared to have been a cave system. And upon further investigation, they found a small village which seemed to have either been attacked or just left to rot. They spent the night there, recovered their health, and ventured further on, as there was no hope of being able to climb through what probably was about 100-foot drop. Eventually, they came upon an even larger opening in the cave. They saw a big grouping of what appeared to be old-time houses, like what you'd see of an indigenous tribe, like the people that live in the desert. Basic sandstone houses and stuff. And going further into this town, the captain came across an undead skeleton, which he was able to quickly dispatch. And upon further investigation, he was able to see signs of battle, and then a lot more signs of battle. And eventually, upon regrouping and climbing what appeared to have been an inn, they discovered the true nature of the city, which was a necropolis. And they found legions of undead gathered in a big open square. Though the captain wanted to go in and investigate, see what was happening in that square, Ordic, very concerned for his brother and his own life, protested. And their conflicting viewpoints arose in such that one skeleton happened to notice and alert all the other skeletons. And thus the crew began to run for their lives. And so they began to run and run and run. Not much happened other than just running. And eventually they managed to go into a smaller tunnel after legions of skeletons having stopped due to either not being able to follow them effectively or just being slowed down in general. They managed to see a gap of sunlight peeking through the tunnel, when all of a sudden a giant skeleton crept out right in front of them. Thankfully, Yigis had managed to escape before then, but the others weren't so lucky. As Ordic made his way to escape, thankfully, using his good acrobatics as a thief, he managed to slide underneath the legs of the skeleton. Not knowing that there was a drop at that exit, he tumbled down, but he still managed to escape. The captain, however, decided to say, "I'm gonna fight that bitch," and proceeded to take on this 15-foot tall skeleton with a bone club.
Hey, I was there too.
Well, you weren't inside, you were still on the outside.
Yeah, fair.
Thankfully, with Majest's help and the captain's quick agility, he managed to snatch a necklace off of the giant skeleton, and they both managed to escape after being absolutely knocked the fuck around.
Hey,
Yes?
I clicked on a link and nothing's showing.
God damn it. I'll troubleshoot. Keep going.
Oh.
It says offline.
Yeah, like I said, I'll troubleshoot. You guys just keep going.
Yeah.
Eventually, after camping out, they came up. Wasn't there like a camp or something they came across?
No, we made camp, after going down.
They made camp at what appeared to have been someplace that old nomads used, and they haven't been there for a long time. Eventually, after resting up, they went back to the ship, where they decided to set sail, and the captain decided to finally take a look at that amulet he got. It was a very big amulet, probably go down to like his stomach or something, since he's just a normal-sized human. And he recognized the symbol that was on it. A human with angelic wings. Not not on the person, but just near the human. Like as if the wings were drawn after or before. He had heard this symbol being referenced to a religion called the Reborn. Tales from drunken men he had heard at bars. After putting it on, though, he could feel that. He could feel a pull coming from it, as if the Nicholas had a calling, but was awaiting something. Afterwards, after setting sail, they came across a lone Navy vessel in which the two engaged in battle. After both ships taking heavy damage, the Navy ship... Was it that you guys boarded the Navy ship, or did the Navy ship board us?
We boarded them.
We, after heavily damaging the Navy vessel, they boarded it, and after much combat, the captain of the Marines was slain, and the rest of the crew decided to fall in line, or decided to surrender. And that is where we pick back up.
Say what the aftermath was and what happened to the. Yeah, I'll say it real quick. So what happened was, all we really did was we boarded the ship. We finished off their captains and commanding officers, and after a long battle with them, we had them all. All had them hostage and gave them the chance to either live or die in the haven of us. And we said, and we said to them, if we said live, and we said die, and we said to them, if you do not oblige, if we will kill you. However, if you do
Account.
if you oblige this offer, we'll grant you some freedom, and you get to rule the seas with us, and we'll share our beer, wealth, and most importantly, visitation rights with you and all of your family. But for the time being, we're gonna leave you on an island that we promised to keep safe, which was the first island that we've ever went to, the one with the girls.
Hey, can you go over that again? We had a little bit of audio issues.
That issue was that Robert went live on the wrong fucking account.
No, it's that I had the stream open with the audio playing.
Well, no, because I have a friend and she's watching, and you went live on Robwork 300
Yeah.
instead of Lunar 90.
Well, that'll do it. Give me it should be fixed. It is fixed. It should be fixed.
So all I'm saying is that we took all the people hostage, and we told them, you saw what we did to your captain and commanding officers. If you do not want to end up like that, we suggest you take our offer. Our offer is to you. We'll give you the option to visit your family when you request it. We also give you the chance. We also share our wealth with you. And on top of that, you get to rule the seas with us. But most importantly, we get to share our mead. Now, if you don't oblige this offer, you'll end up like your captain over there. Now, for the people that do oblige to this offer, you guys are sent to the island that we first went to, where the girls were. We promised to keep them safe and make them out of harm's way, and to make sure nothing that happened, like the mayor, happens again.
So we had some tech issues, people. So I'm just gonna give a quick recap of everything I just said, because yeah, we did a little goof. All right, so we are the Lunar Knights D&D. I am the DM/player. My player is Ordic. I'm here with Anthony. He's playing Captain Jack Harris. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Captain Jack Harrison.
I'm also here with Robert, the person who is streaming. He's playing Yigis, the brother of Ordic.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yes. All right. So the adventure began with the two brothers fleeing to the port after a botched convoy theft. Eventually, learning that that ship that they had liberated was actually captained by none other than Captain Jack Harris, captain of the Silver Eagle and leader of the Silver Eyes Pirates. After much deliberation, the two brothers decided to stick on the ship for their own safety, and as they'd already gone so far to the port that you just could not fly them back without crashing into the ocean, they decided to keep setting sail, on which they eventually encountered a merchant ship. They quickly seized over the vessel, killed all the crew, and took over the ship. But they eventually encountered a harsh storm, destroying the said merchant vessel and marooning them on an island. Thankfully, the Silver Eagle, being the resilient ship that she is, only took minor damage upon crashing into the shore. Thankfully, they were able to find a shanty village where they met the only and local shipwright of that island. He said that it would take him a little while, probably until the next day, before he could get to their order, as he was probably the only carpenter and worker in the village, except for the local blacksmith. So the crew decided to take a look around. You just started a feather business with the local and only thrift shop. And they eventually
Kick.
they also met the mayor, who gave Yigis an uncomfortable feeling. They eventually learned that some of the local young women had been disappearing, and they have not been seen since. They had heard rumors that the forest is not a pleasant thing, so they have never spread out. Eventually, taking upon homage in the local inn, being woken in the middle of the night, you just alerted the crew to a large mob that was gathering outside. And it appears that the mayor had pinned pinned the kidnapping upon the crew, saying that women had been disappearing. That all of a sudden, here comes this mysterious crew. Escaping to the forest, Captain Jack Harris investigated the mansion, that the mayor's mansion, discovered not that good details, learning a little bit about the mayor and seeing that there was a photo of him and a young girl that they could not see on the island. Obviously, because by this time they probably would have grown up to be about the same age as the mayor. But what he did discover was a cellar hidden in the back. Unable to pry it open himself, he got the rest of the crew, and with Ordic's mighty strength, managed to pry it open, which led further down into an absolute pitch-black cellar, where they discovered that it was the mayor who had been kidnapping the young girls and torturing them. Which they quickly dispatched the mayor with a natural 20 and 19. Yes, go ahead, rub it in, glow.
Kick.
Anyways, they then
One punch.
they let the mob know that it was in fact the mayor, that they had released all the girls, some of which had been the ones that had been missing for several months, seemed to have been mentally broken. There is no telling if or when they will ever recover. The crew then decided to torture the captain for any information about the island or the village, which the only thing he would disclose is that he was all-powerful, he was the greatest man alive because he was the mayor. And that the village is something that you should not go into. Eventually, they burned the mayor at the stake and declared that they would be the rulers of the village, and that the village would be under their protection. After a good night's rest, they went to the local shipwright and asked him once again if he would have time to spare to fix his ship, of which he said yes. And so Ordic, the only person that had any sort of woodworking experience, helped out with the shipwright as the captain decided to go and yes, thank you for the claps, Anthony or Robert, whoever that was. The captain decided to go and do some recruiting, of which he went to the local shipwright, not the local shipwright, the local blacksmith, a tall, muscular, albeit somewhat scarred, as being the only blacksmith leads to some hazards. He attempted to seduce her and get her upon the crew, of which I said, sure, but you're the bottom bitch.
You did not say that.
I know.
I had to
this is-
roll a good 20 to actually land that.
You rolled a natural 20, as you always do. You lucky son of a bitch.
Should buy a lottery ticket.
And so the newest crew and the captain's new wife, Majest, was acclimated, I guess? I don't know. I'm not English. I may be American, but I'm not English.
No, you're not English.
After getting the ship prepared... Alright.
Shucked.
After getting the ship prepared and having it set into port, they went off into the island to discover what exactly they could find. Where they discovered a small note nailed to a tree said, "Do not go further into the forest." Which they said, "Fuck it." And with Majest's help, they explored a good portion of the east center of the island. Whereupon, nearing the afternoon, almost, is it at around dusk, as the sun was setting, they found a clearing, which is unusual for a place that had been completely forest. Majest being new and frankly hoping for some good adventure on her first time with the crew and her new husband, frustratedly slammed down her hammer and said, "What even the hell are we looking for?" Upon which a giant sinkhole cracked open and the crew fell down into a giant cave system. Thankfully, Majest was able to... Alright, bro, you gotta chill with those. Thankfully, Majest was able to protect the captain, and Ordic was able to protect his brother from the fall, though suffering some minor injuries of their own, as well as a hurt wing of Yigis, hindering his flight movement, but not causing any severe damage. They discovered upon a small village, which seemed to have been abandoned decades and decades ago. They were able to take refuge there and heal up, although Yigis was still having issues with his wing. Upon further investigation into the giant cave, they discovered what appeared to have been an ancient civilization. Buildings out of sandstone and mortar. They investigated further into the city and discovered signs of battle and bodies. Or, not bodies, but remains of what could have been people. Eventually, the captain stumbled upon an undead skeleton. Dispatching it quickly, and eventually meeting up with the rest of the crew, they climbed what appeared to either be a hotel or inn. Once reaching the top and peeking over the far end, they saw what the true nature of the city was. A necropolis. And the main square that they're looking upon, legions, thousands of skeletons just shambling around. What appeared to be a pillar in the center. Excuse you. The captain, wanting to investigate and see what the haps was, Ordic did not like that, as he was already concerned with escaping it and his life and his brother's. After this debate became heated, one of the skeletons happened to notice and call out the group. And so out real any other options, they ran. And upon, thankfully, several saves and close calls, and the captain catching on fire, they stumbled upon a nearby tunnel, which hopefully was the way out. Running through, they eventually caught a glimpse of light, where Yigis, thankfully due to his flight, managed to escape first. But he noticed a small protrusion in the side, which could have been another tunnel. He couldn't see clearly what was inside there, but he knew something wasn't there. Flying out of the end, he could see that there was a drop on the outside. But the other three weren't so lucky, as a giant skeleton crept out of that alcove, wielding a giant skeletal club. Thankfully, though, Ordic managed to dodge the skeleton and slide over its legs thanks for his thieveric agility. And not knowing that there was a ledge on the outside, tumbled down the side. The captain, however, decided to say, "I'm gonna fight that bitch," and proceeded to get his shit knocked. With a little bit of help of Majest, he managed to steal a necklace that was hanging around the neck of the skeleton, and they both escaped. And thankfully, after a little bit of reconciliation, they all survived. Yigis happened to notice that when the giant skeleton tried to leave, it seemed to either be afraid of the sunlight or harmed by it. After making camp at a nearby, what appeared to have been an ancient nomad campground, they went back to the village and hopped aboard the Silver Eagle, sailing out and encountering a lone navy vessel. After a brutal battle, the Silver Eye pirates boarded the ship and killed the captain and senior officers, and as Anthony said at the beginning, they said you can either join our crew or die. So, being not wanting to die, they said aye aye captain and set sail for that island. And that is where our story continues.
Yippee!
So, pirates, what's your next course of action? You just sent these sailors on their way.
That's kind of
Well, Captain, the ship's kind of beaten up, and I'd recommend that before we go into any islands, we should probably get her fixed up.
Oh, I agree with that statement. But you mentioned this before, but where exactly? We're in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, I can do some minor repairs if that she'll be staying afloat.
Here.
But
Do any of you see island?
Brother, do you see anything nearby?
Let me check. I'm gonna go ahead and fly up, and I'm assuming I should make a investigation check to find any. Correct?
Yes.
Roll high, please.
Oh no. I got a 5.
Oh, shit.
Actually, no. Don't roll investigation, roll perception. Perception.
Okay.
That was a thing, thankfully it is.
Got a 12.
12. You don't see any islands nearby.
Well, brother, I don't see any islands, but I can think of one.
Which one would be that?
The one we just came from.
True, but
Plus discounts.
But here's the thing. We have to keep sail to the next island. We're already halfway there.
What island? There aren't any in the nearby that we can see to the horizon.
Weren't we heading to a specific island and we've been sailing for hours and hours and days?
I don't think we're just sailing.
No, we just set sail looking for something. We had no game plan,
But we've been sailing for a few days.
as one does.
So we've been sailing for a few days, and the problem is we're really far out, and I don't think our ship can hold out that much longer.
I think she should float for a bit, but I mean, it's not like she's going down.
So then what do we do?
I think she should sail for a good day or two. Before needing any major repairs.
I say we keep going.
Alright, I'll patch her up so that she'll be staying afloat for a bit.
All right. Raise the sails. We're going to head. We're going to keep heading. Are we heading east still?
Yes, we were heading east.
Okay. Set sails. Set a course for the east.
Aye, Captain.
That's what the dumbass says.
I heard you, you little shit.
Good.
Guess no meat for you, I guess.
Hey, wait. We can talk about this.
Hey, Ulrich,
Aye, Captain.
come here. Yiddish
Aye.
is not allowed to come.
May I
Tonight,
ask why?
we celebrate. For the great
Aye.
defeat of the Marines.
Aye, I can drink to that.
And to the gnomes it is.
And besides, we need someone sober to watch over.
Do. My brother's never been a lightweight like me. Both of us are able to hold our liquor. Right, so I guess do a few repairs and we all have drinks.
Yep, except for Yiddish because he was being an ass. Heck.
My Aunt Keck used against me.
Alright, hang on. You notice, or you can hear, Ordic do one of the calls between that just you two know, seeing as you're, an Eric Cochran.
Hmm.
Which you can which you know is, so for like, don't worry, I'll make sure you get some drink too. But so Anthony, your character wouldn't know the secret code because you don't know birds.
Oh shit. The only other language I can speak is thieves can't.
Man can't even speak gnomish.
I can
And he
speak
has-
gnomish.
Yeah, he just has a natural.
Yeah.
He's able to speak them
Yeah, but
just because.
I can speak gnomish, I know that much.
Right. I guess after repairs and a good hearty drinking, it would be close to dusk. So, if you can give me a perception check.
okay. Nine.
9? Okay. Alright. Right, so you stay up for your shift, and eventually uh, climbs up to the crow's nest and says, "Hey, love, you're free to go down and rest now."
Thank. So I'm
Your
gonna
brother
go.
and your husband,
I'm just gonna.
are crushed in the captain's quarters. Ah, and boys really don't know how to keep it together.
Agreed. Anyway, I sleep now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and climb up onto my onto the top of this modified crow's nest.
Oh, by the way, your brother said that he left you a pint in your secret hiding spot.
Thank. I just immediately nose dive off the top towards the helm.
Yep. Alright, now you gotta go with
Roll for athletics, because you're tired.
No. I
It's
I think
second
it's
nature.
fine. Yeah, I mean, besides, he's just flying down to the deck and just. It's not like he's gotta do a quad backflip into a 380.
He said nosedive. I'll
Yeah.
see if he catches himself.
You know what? I'll call your bluff.
If you do this, I
Damn.
will make you. If you fail, I will make you.
I mean, 13.
And you, I mean, all right. So you land, but you like stumble a bit.
I'll take that.
He was like, "Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't drink."
What are you talking about? It's Ultimate Reason 2.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been drunk yet. He hasn't even gotten to the cash. The secret compartment. All right. Right. It's through the rest of the night. There is no call or anything. Y'all sleep soundly. Although everyone who did, actually everyone, because everyone drank, you all wake up with not roaring headaches, but you do like wake up with a little bit of a migraine.
Fair enough.
Don't say migraine, just say hangover.
All right, hangover.
We all have
Alright, you
hangovers.
have a hangover. Right.
For pirates, are not necessarily the light drinking
Hey,
type.
what's up, you?
Yidis, if you could roll me another perception check.
Gotcha. Ten. What's with all these mid rolls today?
Mid.
Was that 10 total, or was that
10 total. That's 10 total.
Okay.
Rob, look at chat.
Mm.
Alright. You really have the soundboard up, Robert?
Crap.
You silly goober. Alrighty.
Don't call me a goofy goober, you little
Captain, where would you be?
In my quarters.
Alright.
looking over treasure and map.
I want you to roll a perception check.
On.
Your character.
I know. I know. I'm in like on like what? Like what am I rolling for?
You're rolling to see if you can see anything.
If I'm in my quarters?
Yes, you're in your quarters. So I want you to roll perception.
Okay. Perception?
Yes.
That 17 but 18. Is that a +1?
Hang on. Alright, so you Alright, so being in your Alright, so you being in the captain's quarters, you're looking around your table, looking at the maps and seeing if there is maybe an island nearby that you can hopefully use to dock.
Mm-hmm.
You happen to look up and outside of the window at the stern of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony, do you know the different sides of a ship?
Like as a normal person or character?
Like, well, just as you, as Anthony.
No.
Okay, so, all right, so starboard is gonna be your right side, port is gonna be your left side.
So starboard is my right side,
Yes,
and then what's the left side?
port.
Port.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you look. All right. So you look.
I gotta write
behind-
that down.
All right, so you're looking out the window, and on your port side, you happen to see a marine vessel coming after you. When I say coming after you,
Shit.
like you can see them, like they've noticed it, and they're following parallel to you.
Mm-hmm. Our Jolly Roger is not up, by the way. I learned from
Right.
my mistake.
Right, because we're not strong enough pirates yet.
You are now. I will say you are still known, but you're not like famous, or you're not infamous.
Yeah, not yet.
Alrighty.
So wait. So I run out to outside my thing and I say, Marine ship, I repeat, Marine ship, port side.
What are your orders, Captain? Should he engage or wait? Or what?
Let's wait it out. Let's see what they do. Does it look, are they heading toward us or no? Because that can play a big role into what we're saying.
They're not like nose towards you. It's more of like.
Are they trying to gun us down? Is that what is that what I'm hearing?
No, they are about.
Or are they just passing us by?
They're not okay. So they're not near you. You can see them. I'd say they're probably about maybe a mile away, but they are closing.
Let's see what they do. Let's act natural. Do not bring any suspicion to us. Just act like any other passing ship. In fact, take some of this mead and say we're transporting. If they ask anything.
So, what are you sailing?
Like what flag?
Yes.
We're sailing basically a basic black flag. Just plain black. What do you ask?
Gotta look something up.
Are you looking at merchant ships?
I'm just. Hmm. Are you sure about that? So, okay, as a sailorman, you character probably would know. The black flag is typically associated either with plague or death. Well, the reason why pirates adopted the black flag was because it was a symbolization of death. So I just wanted to let you know that in your character. So if you would like want to change your mind, just go ahead and tell me if you want to like use any other flags. Alright, so the rest of the crew are trying to pack up the ship and trying to just act as normal as they can. Is there anything else you want to be doing? I'll say you have about 2 rounds before they catch up to you. Is there anything else you guys want to be doing?
Hey, Captain. Captain.
Anthony, you
Yes.
there?
I'm here. I forgot if I put my mic up, I can't speak.
Should I fly over? Why did they give him an accent? Should I fly over and communicate? Ask which island is near.
Hmm. Let's see what they do on this round. Let's see. Let's wait and see if they're coming closer to us. There's no need to engage in any ship combat if necessary.
Okay. God,
Hey,
speaking
Captain.
of broken island, English is hard.
Hey, Captain, follow your lead. I just really hope we don't get into another fight.
We won't make it another fight.
Uh-huh.
Is this a larger ship or a smaller ship?
What class ship would you call it, gamer?
I'd say it's probably about the same size as the last one.
Oof.
Which size was that again?
It was about the same size as us. Maybe a little bigger.
Which is
Fuck. I forgot.
I think it was a galleon.
okay.
Either way, it's like a medium-sized ship that
Yeah,
can hold
it's
up to 100 passengers.
Gotcha.
We have one that can fit just about 150.
I think it was a galleon.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you have one more round. Is there anything else you want to do?
Are they closer to us now than they? Well, are they trying to get to us as fast as possible? Are they gunning us down this time?
It doesn't seem as if they're getting to like a battle speed.
Are they Do they look hostile or like about preparing to be hostile?
Do you have a spyglass?
Yeah, I do actually.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, yay! I get to do some. Ooh, that's one of the things I'm good at. 23 unnatural.
23.
I have a +5.
Damn.
Fair.
All right. So as you look under their ship, it doesn't seem like their crew is exactly getting battle ready. This is where like the crew is just like doing their shiply stuff. It does.
What
seem-
about captains?
the person at the helm, who seems to be the highest ranking officer that you can see is definitely taking notice of you, but doesn't seem to be taking any direct action.
All right, you just.
Yeah.
I got orders for you. If
What?
you go fly over there, take this white flag. It's like a little white flag connected to a stick,
Alright.
so they know that we're not trying to harm them.
Roger,
Go to
Captain.
them, wave them in the air, and ask them, "Where's the closest island? We're on a ship that's very much broken, and we need some help."
Got it, Captain.
Tell them we were under pirate attack.
Roger.
You just, as you start to fly away, you hear Ordic cry out,
You're cutting in and out.
oh, it's a dove call.
Gotcha.
Which you know as be careful and at any sign of danger, run.
Yeah.
Anyway, you could say to them if you hear any danger, if you see any danger or think we're in danger, screech for us.
Yeah. And of course, Robbie, you can just bullshit and just make up any sort of
Yeah.
noise, bird call, and be like, all right, cool, that's the call.
Yeah. I get you.
All right. Yidis, what are you wearing by chance?
What am I wearing?
Yes. Like, what is your outfit?
Like standard cloth monk garb.
Okay.
Like, not so much monk garb as much as it is like a nicer version of what I would be wearing when we were still on the run from the Marines type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
not
not
like just regular civilian clothes.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Thank God. I would not be able to go up there, honestly.
Yeah.
Just
I'm in classic. I'm in captain gear, so it's just like, oh.
Yeah, you're in classic cap.
I'm gonna hide in the captain quarter, actually. Let me know how things go, okay?
I'm gone.
All right. So you fly over to them.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't take you that long to fly over. They are pretty close. I would say about maybe. Let's say about maybe 200 yards.
All right.
And they fly over. Some of the crew seem agitated at seeing you fly over, but they don't seem to take any direct action.
Mm.
Where exactly are you landing?
I'm just gonna land like you know how they have the railing on the sides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like middle of the ship on that railing.
Can you wave that flag?
That I'm gonna be the whole time. Like I have it in my beacon shows.
All right. All right. So you land on the railing. Some of the soldiers or the Marines move out of your way,
Mm.
and you hear the helmsman shout out, "Hey, what's wrong with your ship? It seems pretty beaten up. You need of assistance."
We need nearby island to fix. Gotten a situation with pirates.
Damn pirates. Hey, better off sinking down to Davy Jones' locker, hanging by King's heart. God save the king.
Aye.
There should be a island. Navigator, isn't there an island quarter out here towards northeast? Hey, it's a pretty small island, but she's got a pretty sizable dock. Hey, think the island. I can't remember the bloody name. It kind of was like a D or something like that. It just sailed about northeast of here, and you'll be able to find it.
Think.
No problem. By chance, how did you manage to survive against the pirates? What flag be they sailing?
We didn't see much of it. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're in your captain's quarters.
Please say the right thing.
They were sailing marine flags. Shit shot they were, though.
Pirates with marine flags. Never seen that before. And you said they were shit shots? Classic pirates. Ain't worth the salt off the sea. I bet they be drinking seawater.
It's gonna do like a seagull call for laughter.
Alright. Yeah, there just be an island. We're northeast of here. You'll be able to find it if you see it. He points, gives you like a general direction. Yeah. By the way, you haven't seen many of your kind on the sea before.
Got lucky with my... Me and brother got lucky with Captain.
Hey. You be a merchant vessel or something.
Yeah, more so exploratory. We just came from Small Island.
Ah. I like the cut of your jibs. Explorers. Great way to expand the king's territory. Well, I'll let you be on your way. Fair sales to you.
Thank. And then I'm gonna fly off back to the ship.
Alright. Yeah, they sail right by you.
Saw you.
You do notice that a lot of the crew gives a weird look as the whole ship seems to be manned by gnomes. You even catch one guy mouth. What? You even catch one guy mouth. What the fuck?
His like mouth dropped in awe. It's like,
Heh?
Yeah, they sail on by, and they actually seem to be. They seem to turn a little bit further southeast.
come on out. And I ask, so, what did they be saying?
Before I get to what they be saying, I be saying you owe me some drink.
Well, if you tell.
Northeast. We'll see it.
Help yourself.
Keck.
Hey,
Set a course for northeast. Should be there
Captain.
shortly. Do he give you any key details on what the island is like? Size, population,
Somewhat small
anything,
island. Decent sized dock.
anything else?
Not much. No.
Okay.
You did catch that the name of the island began with a D or something.
Mm.
Other than that, yeah. Right. Ordic spins the wheels so you can start heading northeast. Majest actually, Anthony, Majest actually walks up to you and says, "Were you nervous or done? Did I like you to hide?"
Huh? One more time.
And were you nervous or done? Did I like you to hide?
I can't be seen in what I'm wearing. They're gonna find out who I am.
Huh,
Isn't it just stereotypical captain's garb? Like
Yeah,
somewhat
pretty much.
somewhat wealthy captain's garb.
Yes. And also underneath is like tattered clothing.
Ah, that'd give it away.
Also, Chet,
Yeah, I saw. So northeast we heading then?
Yep.
Cool.
Sorry, I was checking Discord messages.
You good?
so we're heading to the northeast. How long do we reckon it gonna be?
Couldn't tell ya. Somewhat close. Need to work on my.
What time of day would you say this?
This is about. I'll say it's close to midday. Say about maybe 10 o'clock
PM or AM?
a.m.
So we good. Alright. I'm gonna be in my captain's quarters and see if I can locate what the town might be called or anything. Do you mind if I roll for perception while looking at the maps?
Since you have
To see if I
that,
can find out what it's named?
So
I have a map of the ocean that I'm on.
yeah,
That we're
I know.
on.
So I'm gonna say that Majest is also gonna come with you.
What?
Majest is also gonna go into the captain's quarters with them. But you don't need to run this. So you look on the map, and you can see about 4 islands that start with a D.
Okay.
So done. Which one of
I roll
these-
perception. To see which one it is.
I mean, there are 4 islands. There is.
But they could-
There's the island of. There's the island of Debrisk. There's the island of Dubois. There's the island of De Muerto. And the island of Duvat.
Alright. Can I see which one we're closest to? Like on the map.
You can roll an investigation to figure out an approximate location to where you are.
Sweet. That's good for me. Oh, 24.
24. Okay. You can figure out an approximate location. However, you can't figure out which exact specific. So you're down to 2 islands. That it could be Duvat and Duemer.
Okay.
The 2 islands you think that you might be heading to. One of those 2.
Alright, crew. So, We have two islands that we might be approaching. We might be approaching the island of Duvant or Duelto. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure.
Metal. Yeah.
But it's one of those two islands.
I personally hope it's Duvant. Oh, actually, I should say, Duvant is, like, on the map, it is a relatively small island.
What about Duvelto?
Duvato, it's small in the sense that it's oddly shaped. But in terms of total landmass, it's a decent, it's a decent island.
Cool.
Duvant is shaped somewhat. Duvant is shaped kind of pear-shaped with some protrusions. And Demueto is kind of snake-like.
Alright. So. We should be arriving in the time span of either a day or just a few hours.
Yeah.
Only time will know.
Yes. And it just says, I don't know if that's Duvant. Demueto has such terrible weather.
You've been there before?
My father took me once when I was younger on a trip to meet one of his ship friends and teach me a little bit about blacksmithing, but I was there for about a month. Dreadful place.
What was it like? People nice?
People are very good. That seeing as it's a island fairly spread out, it's not of competition for the water. The fishermen are by far the most difficult to deal with.
Alright, alright. What are fishmen? I've heard the tales of fishmen. I've always wanted to meet one. However, I haven't been
Fishermen.
lucky enough. I heard fishmen.
My apologies.
Also,
My apologies, dear. I meant fishermen. Although fishermen do exist, or at least I've been told they exist. Like some merchants that occasionally stop by. I'd assume that they're probably as they sound, part men, part fish, like mermaids.
The fishmen, huh? Maybe we can get some food on the ship. We have been lacking in that department.
like a reverse centaur. Upper half fish, bottom half man.
That for you. That would be one weird sight to see. Have you seen centaurs? I've never
Out of
seen them
game.
before.
Out of game, that kind of sounds like the one episode of Family Guy where Lois meets a quote unquote mermaid. That's a reverse mermaid than like fairy tales.
Merman.
Manmer.
Man,
Anyway,
mayonnaise.
Oh my gosh.
anyway, while they're discussing that, should I roll the percentile
For
curse?
Oh, you little
No.
shit. I think I'm good on that one.
What were you saying, gamer?
I don't think anything. Because it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Because really, you would have rolled it during the battle, but it's been a while, so I think you're fine.
Okay.
But thank you for reminding me of that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God it didn't go after that Marine encounter.
Turns out it was Davy Jones' locker the whole time.
Davy Jones had a fit and caused a tsunami.
Damn you,
Like,
Jones Davy.
Robert, real quickly,
Hmm?
double check your proficiencies because since you have the haunted one background, you might be able to add stuff. to
Okay,
your
thank you.
character.
Yeah, I'll double check that. Thank you.
All right. So, can I roll percentiles to see if I see anything?
Um, sure. I'll say it's been about a few hours, so both you and you just can roll perception.
I rolled a 71.
You're not rolling percentage. You're gonna roll. You're gonna do a perception check.
Oh, you said I asked percentile and you said yes.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
11.
Net 20.
All right. You just
It's
you with your eagle eye can see pretty far into the distance. You can see what appears to be a blip of land. You could probably assume that it's maybe you'd approach it just as it's hitting nighttime.
you see anything? You just
Land ho.
you heard the man. Land ho. Set a course for that piece of land that he sees. We should be there in about an hour or two.
Right. An hour or two.
You would know that it would definitely be a lot longer.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my captain live with his delusions for now.
Well, I thought you said it's been a while, so I was going off that impression. Damn.
He said that before we spotted land.
Well, I said
Nice.
you
Yeah,
can tell
yeah.
that it'll be about a few hours.
Fair, fair,
So you didn't specify.
fair.
By the way, you just as you're up there, you can also notice that there are a little bit of storm clouds starting to form.
Like above the island, behind the island,
Let's say about halfway.
between us and the island.
Yes,
Shit.
and a little bit above the island.
Shit.
And you can feel a little bit of a cool breeze coming through.
Which direction?
I would say heading westward.
Not toward us.
So we're kind of
Which is
going
good.
in almost opposite directions.
Kind of. You're heading
Northeast.
northeast, and the thing's
It's
heading
heading west.
So
Yep.
You're coming, so it's perpendicular.
Yeah. We are going to cross paths at some point. Yeah. Let's just hope it's after the storm passes.
How bad is the storm?
It doesn't seem that bad. It just seems like a regular rainstorm.
That bad last time you said it wasn't that bad. We got almost annihilated in the first 5 seconds.
I'm pretty sure I did say it was a bad rainstorm.
No, it was a regular storm that got cursed into turning into near tsunami weather. Or
Yeah.
hurricane weather.
You said it was all good and dandy. It almost killed
And
us.
then it wasn't.
Everything's fine. And AOT in a nutshell be like, everything was fine until it wasn't.
Until the towers fell. Wait, what?
Yeah, no.
true kinds be like, they were best friends until they weren't. But yeah, no, you can tell that this is just it's a light rainfall.
Gotcha.
Maybe the like one or two lightning strikes, but nothing too bad.
Cool.
Okay, so we should be fine.
Yeah,
Keywords should be.
and your ship, yeah, I'd say your ship's good enough. Then it's not like too rough seas. It'll be rocky for sure, but you should be fine.
Okay.
Alright. So you do sail into the storm.
Hmm.
I gotta re-roll one more thing just because I gotta. Okay. I do gotta say some of the gnomes that are up on the rigging, like as they're hanging on some of the loose ropes, they do kind of like lightly blow around as they get caught up in like one or two somewhat strong winds, but they eventually as the wind calms down, they get set back down.
Dabba wee wee.
Homada. Boy.
And eventually, um, you do get within close enough range, where you can confirm that this is the island of Duvant.
Cool.
Despite its small island size, the city on Duvant, the city of
The city of what?
hang on, give me a second here.
Okay. Shut.
Quiet. Generator's not helping me out here.
Cease.
Fantasy. Yeah. Ventilation tiles. I think that's not helping me at all. You right? Despite it being a small town, it does have, despite it being a small island, the island of Duvok has a bustling harbor town of Gainsburg.
Gangsburg?
Gainsburg, yes. Gain Berg.
Damn, I'm sure Gainsburg really hits those games.
Yeah, I know. It's better than the generator that came up with Glanksburg.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah, but it also didn't make sense. It's
Greenwood in Indiana doesn't make sense.
don't. Oh, what's the fucking turf? Fucking. I really wish I knew fucking words. Anyway. Hey, you know what's better than Gary, Indiana?
Mm.
Gary.
Better than Better than Anderson.
Well, I kind of like Anderson. Because then you get to make
I need,
Mr. Anderson
Anyway.
jokes all the time. Anyway.
I need to stop making
The-
jokes about Indiana.
The city
DC,
of-
Washington.
You'll get people
even though with it being on a small island, the city grew rapidly as the fish and the port are a great stopping point for both merchants and cruise ships alike, for people to be able to relax and also a great distribution area for
That's what I like to listen here.
and also great distribution area to go to other different islands, thus making it grow rapidly. Now, with any city that grows pretty fast, it has its difficulties, but thankfully, they were able to pull through and get at least some order.
Hmm.
Remaining mostly neutral, although leaning a bit more towards the Navy's side, they do discreetly welcome pirates, as long as they're able to bring flourishment to the city.
Describe flourishment.
Profit.
Cool. How much money do y'all got? I'm gonna have to take a cut of your wages real quick.
Ha.
Because
Zero.
I'm gonna... Zero?
You funny captain.
What about you?
In amount. Of which will not be disclosed.
With- and, just-
Well, I need some compensation from everyone because of the fact that I also have to pay for... Because I'm paying for renovations for the ship.
how does she not? I gotta change that.
And I know for a damn fact that we got some loot off that marine ship.
I don't think we did loot tables. Actually, now that I think
yeah,
about it.
yeah, we didn't do that.
We didn't
yet.
hit loot tables.
Um, do you remember who was the person that rolled that?
I don't think any of us rolled it.
Well, no.
Oh.
like, do you remember who was the person that spotted the ship?
Which ship? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
It was you just... No, it was me who spotted it because I saw it out my port side window.
Not the first ship, the one that you took to go over.
Ooh. I think it was all of us because we got shot.
Yeah, none of us spotted it until we got hit with a cannonball.
Yeah, we heard... And we're like,
Um,
what the fuck?
Anthony, roll me a percentile.
Okay. It looks to be... It looks to be 87.
87? Alright.
Yes,
You
sir.
managed to get about 150 gold coins out of the storage.
Let's go. 150?
Yes, 150 gold. And about 200 silver.
So here's some things we have to think about here.
So you said 150 gold and 20 silver? 200 silver?
200 silver, yes.
So 200 divided by 10 is 20 gold?
Um,
Yes.
so we have something else to think about as well.
Yeah.
Are we setting any aside to bring back to the our home base?
merchant ships do he did say that there were some. Magis did talk about how some merchants stopped by.
That is true. However, now that it is essentially run by pirates, because we ain't exactly we didn't exactly throw a quote unquote legal coup.
I mean, as you guys know where you are, you can probably assume that the island you are on is a fairly unknown and untraveled. Like people know of it, but it's more just like if we can avoid it, we should, or if we can avoid it, we will. You know, if we need to stop somewhere, that's an island, just not bad.
Yeah.
You know it. It is on the map. It is the island of
Think, Strat. Think.
Eh?
Might be.
It is the island of I'll come up with the name later.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know where, you know
So-
what island it is.
So you just.
Yeah.
I'll double your mead tonight if you help me pay the town people. I have to pay a lot of money already for the ship. So
Well-
if you do this, I'll give you double the mead. In fact, I'll give you a whole barrel.
Well, hold on. Gamer, you said as long as we contributed gold, right? They didn't care?
As long as you don't, you don't necessarily have to contribute, as long as you don't cause any disturbance or do anything that could cause a loss of business.
So there isn't necessarily an
So-
entrance tax.
No. There is a small port fee or docking fee. But you can
Is it
easily-
bigger or smaller for pirates?
It's a little smaller for pirates, or a little bigger for pirates. Not
Okay.
by much. Right. So you guys going into dock?
Yep. We're going to dock.
All right. So you sail into port. It's still given a light downpour onto the city. And as you go in, you see the city of Gainsburg. It starts at the port. Several ships are lined up at this massive dock. You can see a bunch of ship buildings, the buildings with cranes and all those. You see plenty of shipwright warehouses and all that. It slowly ascends. You see that midsection appears to be where all the businesses are. But you don't really see that many residences. You do see like a bunch of inns and stuff, but not really homes. As it goes higher up into further into this, but here's a self-built mountainside. You see that the third layer appears to be where all the residents live. And at the very top seems to be where all the upper echelon, where the nobility of sorts live.
The upper class.
Yes, where the upper class are.
Well, I know where I'm visiting.
Mm.
Oh, wait, what'd you say?
Well, I know where I'm visiting.
Yidis and Ordic have been to this place before. They haven't been here a lot, but they have been here before.
So they know you.
We have some
Mm.
connections.
Yes.
Okay.
And thankfully, some of the fake names they've used haven't been double used. But
Yeah.
they're fairly good at what we do.
What are you talking about? I am legit businessman. Business bird. Whatever.
Right. You pull into an empty dock, and it just throws down the rope to one of the dock workers, and he ties it around one of the peepholes, and you drop anchor. And you set out your what's that board called? Is there like a specific name for that board that you use to get on and off ships?
I just call it a plank.
Oh. You walk down the plank and it says, "Welcome to Port Gainsburg." We know a little indicative that we named the port after the city, but hey, we had
We
to,
try.
we had to give it a name. Be ye Navy, exploring, or hey, he says in a hushed voice.
All right. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I thought you didn't hear me.
I did hear.
Hmm.
I'm still listening to his dialogue.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, did he ask?
Yeah, he just
Yes, he
asked.
asked. Yeah, he
Oh, I
asked
thought he
what
was
the
describing. I thought he was describing the port and saying that everyone was welcome, including pirates, essentially.
Yeah, no, he asked what what be ye Navy, merchant, explorer, or and then he says in a hushed voice, pirate.
So, between you and I, me and I, these are my two. These are my right and left hand men. We are pirates from
And
the North Sea.
and wife. Can't forget
And
about
wife.
me. She ruffles your head a bit.
Wow, Captain. I can't believe the memory loss is already setting in.
I don't know. You don't need to bring real world issues
What do you say?
into.
I can't believe the memory loss is setting in already. At
Shut up.
such a young age.
Not the amnesia.
Oh, trust me. As a DM, the amount of time and the hardship of switching back between the two characters, it's so.
Yeah, Yeah, what is it? 4 characters? Or sorry, 3 characters among 4 different campaigns?
It's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've maxed out my slots.
Yeah. But
So, do you tell him what?
Yeah, I just did.
Like, did you tell him that you're a pirate or that you're an exploratory vessel, or
I told him exactly what I just said. I said,
because you said you're captain and this is your right and left hand man?
yeah, and I said after that we are pirates from wherever we're from. I think it was like the North Sea.
Yes, you are from the North Sea.
wow,
Hey,
pirates
along.
paying taxes? Gasp.
It's a
It's
small
better than
thing.
going to jail.
Yeah, you actually see that that 10 docks down to your right and about 15 docks to your left. You can see a few Navy ships.
So about the Navy thing, will they know about us being here?
They do know that pirates dock here, the but they know that causing a ruckus here would be pretty bad for the business of both parties.
Hmm.
So you may get some distings, might get your throat slit that night, but you shouldn't be worried about any open conflict. It'll be
Right.
Yeah, open wounds, open conflict. It is. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Same thing. Anyway.
25 silver to dock your boat.
Oh, it's not that much.
Don't say that out loud.
Take take a gold piece. Take 2 gold pieces, keep the change.
You still realize that that's not enough, right?
You said 20 silver.
I said 25.
He said 25 silver, and Ant said 2 gold.
I know.
Oh wait, I thought there were 20. I thought there were 20 silver pieces each. My bad. I misread. Uh, they are then I'll just give him 3 gold pieces. Tell him to keep the change.
Hey, my lips are extra tight. Welcome to Gainsburg, Captain.
Thank you.
And he moves on to the next ship.
Alrighty. So, where do we all want to head now? First order of business actually, find the shipwright.
Well, I'll let you and the missus handle that. I shall
Yeah.
find some business propositions.
Indeed, brother. Would you want to split up or perhaps do
We
a
meet up
joint?
before anything. Before anything.
Aye.
Nightfall, we all meet at the tavern.
Actually, speaking of nightfall, it is hard to tell because of the storm, but lanterns are starting to be lit all up the street, all up the different streets. You notice that the way that this town is formed, there aren't that many side ways. You can see some alleys between the buildings, but you notice that most of the streets go in a lateral formation up towards the top. So you notice that the lanterns are being lit from the top down. You can probably assume that means that night is starting to fall.
Mm-hmm. So night has already been falling. So,
Yes.
can all of you read the sky and tell us and tell the time from the sky?
Yes, through the rain
Jesus.
clouds, you can tell the sky.
Shut up! I'm trying to find a good proposition because I'm trying to find a good spot where we can meet up. So I don't want to say meet up in 2 hours, then all of us come at like 3 different times.
Yes.
um.
Yes, sometime before morning.
Here. Um, they did have clocks back then, right? Fuck it. This town has clocks. You do notice that there are at each that every 5 docks there appears to be a somewhat big clock,
Hmm.
and it currently reads um 9.
All right. When the clock strikes midnight, we'll all meet at the tavern so we can get a room and stay there for the night. Because I don't
I-
trust the Navy around here.
I do
As
also
soon as on.
notice there are 5 bigger bell towers at each road.
At each road or at each level?
Each road, and they're all around the mid shop area.
Gotcha.
So it goes port and ship port and all that stuff. Then it goes shopping district. Then it goes residential, and then it goes upper class. So it's in the residential area that the clocks are. And they're all 5 along the roads.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I will let you. So yeah, you'll be able to see them.
All right. So you two go in a group, and me and Majest will go in a.
Are
In
you
a group.
finally taking me on a date, darling? You haven't taken me on a fucking one since you first got me into your group.
You know what? Yes.
Aye, goodbye.
Hey!
Shut up, y'all bitches. Bye.
The gnome, one of the gnomes.
The gnomes are guarding the ship still.
I know, but one of the gnomes goes. Which as we'll stay here, guard the ship, and
No, wait, this is broken English time, so it's more like, shut up, y'all maidenless.
Man really found a time to hit us with a moment to hit us with the maidenless.
I gotta know. How do you walk with Majestic? What do you do as you're walking with Majestic?
What do you mean? You're gonna have to be like more like
As you're walking away, what do you do?
I'll take your hand.
Okay, cool. So as you walk away with Majestic, you kind of gotta reach.
Does he have to Does he have to raise his hand all the way up to?
No, he kind of.
She's not that tall.
I.
I'm not calling her tall.
Again?
She's like 6 foot, maybe 5'11". That's
No.
what you said to me.
She's at least 6 foot.
Also, I wasn't calling her tall.
But
You calling me short? Fuck you. I know I'm already short in person.
Just a little.
How do I? Description. Here we go. I don't have her height in here. I think that she's.
I thought she was like 6'3", or something like that.
I think she's maybe like 6'5". I know she was like tall.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Captain
much
Jack
bigger.
Harrison is my height.
So short.
So like 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta like raise your hand up to your. Like,
I'm
your
5'7". And no, that's not accurate. Wanna know why? I have a 6'5" friend at where I go to school at, and his hand about reaches
You
where
remember
my hand is.
Dylan? You remember
Dylan's
Dylan the
7 foot.
Tubo?
Dylan's 7 foot. Shut up.
Okay, well she's like Dylan's height. Okay,
So
Stop going up.
but I mean that
You went from no, shut up. You went 6 foot, 6'5", 7 foot.
Okay, Dylan was not actually like 7 feet.
Yes, he
He was
was.
at least.
No, he's actually 7 foot now.
Yeah. He hit 7 foot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's like he's about 6'5".
Okay.
Cool.
Somewhere
So
around.
she's
Like
she's
6'5", 6'6".
so her hand is about where my elbow is.
All right. Okay, yeah, somewhere around there.
That's accurate because my friend's 6'5". His name is Joey.
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 I'm not even making this up. He has the whitest name too. His name is Joey Smithson.
All right, so you two hand in hand.
Maidenless.
Bitch, you are my maid.
Ooh.
Here's the
Realize
thing.
that technically, in fiction, that fictionally, you and I are in the relationship.
In actuality, do you really think that she would say that in this era of time?
Yes.
What? Say what?
But you just fucking said, dumbass.
The oh or the you haven't taken me on a date in a while.
No, in all actuality, you are my mate.
Oh no, that was me as the DM.
Yeah.
Saying.
No, I was saying that. I was saying that to you guys. I was saying you guys are maidenless.
I know.
And better yet, find yourself a maiden.
Captain, I am not a jealous man.
I'm not calling you maiden. I'm not calling you jealous. I'm just telling you to get a life.
Hey, gamer.
Yeah.
Does
What's up?
does Majest realize what I meant behind that comment in any way, shape, or form?
As being a jealous man.
Yeah. Because you understand what I meant by that, right?
No, I'm dense as fuck.
In terms of, like, I would not want to take your place type.
Oh.
Like, I'm fine with my place here compared to yours type. You know what I'm saying?
She goes to Suzanne and she's like, she understands what you mean. That you personally wouldn't want to date the captain. She gets that. She's like, good. It's not like you'd be able to take him from me anyway. She kind of picks up the captain just a little bit.
Can you repeat everything that was said? Because it disconnected me and then just reconnected me.
Yeah, fine. Majest says, understandable. Besides, it's not like you could take him from me anyway. And she like picks you up a little bit and drops you back down.
This is an acceptable outcome.
Alright, so the captain and Majest walk off to do their first official couples date. And Yidis and Orik, Yidis, brother, do you by chance want to do a joint operation?
Huh?
You okay there, man?
Yeah, I try to do the voice and got it wrong and choked on some saliva. Oh, calling me impressed, brother? Yeah.
Hey, you haven't done any good on thieving recently. It'd be nice to get back into the film.
Agreed.
Let's start off with one of the local bars. Just
Hey, quick question for gamer.
yeah. So,
What's your guy's class?
I'm fighter.
Ooh. I just wanted to know.
Yep. And you just need a monk.
Yeah, I knew he was an Aarakocra monk.
Also, I do want to reiterate, you are not like 100% Eric Cochran. You do have like obviously like you have your wings, but your facial features, you do have a little bit of a beak, but you have a lot more human traits.
Human-esque.
He's a harpy.
No, God no. It's essentially just human-esque
Yeah, human ass. Like you have
with notable bird features, right?
yeah. So you do have like a little bit of like you do have like a little bit of that beak. You also have like some like human features.
Yeah.
It's not like you just took like a hawk beak on a human face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like that merge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a merge. Alright. And so the crew's splitting off. The gnomes guarding the ship.
Oh, understandable.
Majest and the captain going on their first low risk date.
Low risk.
Low risk?
High rewards.
And the two thieving brothers. And the two thieving brothers off to do some good old brother bonding. Who knows what this town has in store? Eventually, what adventure it sends them on. And this is where we end this session of the Silver Eyes Pirate Campaign. Thank you all for those who are still here with us, and appreciate those that stopped by for as long as they could. Hopefully, everything went recording well, and we'll be able to post this on YouTube and Twitch for you to be able to see again. Once again, I am the gamer, I am the DM, as well as Ordic. And I'm also here once again, this session was also here with Anthony as Captain Jack Harris.
Let's go.
And Robert as Yigis.
Goodbye.
And we will see you all on the next Twilight.
Bye-bye.